Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to HIMedia Helpdesk. I am your host, and we are going to get right into today's website review, which we are showing you Ripka's Beach Cafe, which is based out of Norwalk, Connecticut. Now, when you think, now this is an interesting concept. I first wanted to say the first impression of it is, all right, white header usually can be very considered barren. It, but with the way they have it designed here, with like the logo, the font choice, and the order catering button here, gives it a appearance of it being very clean and sterile is not the right word. Very clean and nice and proper and fresh, and having the headers down here are very nice too. Cycling through, that's a lovely sunset. It's a great view of the water, but we already see an issue. This is a great picture of the water and the shrimp and all that, but if you compare it to the previous photo, which is just the whole entire width of the site, very crisp coloring, no blurriness. This, it doesn't have the blurriness or anything like that, but it doesn't fit the way it's supposed to. And then we get to this one, and however beautiful this photo might have been, it's killed by the fact that you can't. It's just grainy and blurry and not nice to look at. You know, same thing with this. You can while this is much more crisp than the previous photo, has that same issue. So the first thing that this website could definitely benefit from is using pictures formatted for its design. Then the next bit I want to get into is here. So we scroll down, I'd say a 6 7 out of 10 presentation to start, and then we're immediately down to like a 3 or a 4. There is so much white space that it's inappropriate. You know, there's no difference between the background and the body, and it's all left justified. It you know I it is positive to see this place so packed to the brim, but when it's taken on an iPhone from that was made in '09, like that's a problem, you know. And to compound that, the text choice and the coloring of the text choice as well as the spacing extrapolates the issue with the sheer amount of white space. Now, I like this color blue. In fact, it's actually one of HIMedia's core colors. But and it works well when you consider the logo design, you're on the beach, it's New England, it's seafood, it's all that. You know, it's a very calming color, but that color can't can't be used to carry everything. You know, the paragraph text is rather boring. They've used the stock header text, you know, and then we get into what is the most, pardon the harsh wording, egregious part of the website. You have your blog, you have your menus, which is nice, and there's a nice little parallax effect, but it the text centers under the photos. There's no description, there's no little blurb, and then it gets even worse where we get down to the little widget section in the middle of the page, the footer, here's the thing. The reason why I know this is supposed to be this is the main footer, you know. This tells you that it's the footer. You know, up here it doesn't, you know. And I mean, look, usually you're supposed to use things like cards and things like that to denote, hey, this is one section, this is another, but this looks like it was slapped together like a website in '99, and that's not acceptable in today's day and age, you know. And in the saddest part about this whole website isn't the design, it isn't the choice of CSS. It isn't any of that. They update this. They keep it updated. They're trying to treat this website as a destination, as every person should. If you want to know anything going on with the business, go to the website. That should be the goal. Look, they update people on the weather conditions simply so people know, hey, is it like it's a sunny day out, it's lovely, let's go to the beach, get some seafood, like relax. They have a whole newsletter where they're updating people on like, hey, we're Ripka's on the road, we're out going doing our thing. You know, it doesn't have to be often. It just has to happen. You know, there's an obvious care like about the website in terms of updating it and letting people know and using it. And yet it doesn't look put together. Websites like this make me sad because I see the potential and I see the effort that was put behind. It just lacks technical knowledge, which is, quite frankly, why you, not to toot my own horn, need a web developer. But at the end of the day, this is been High Media Help Desk. This is another website review. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time.